off all the big chunks off the bottom. So there is side number 1. Spend a day pulling the rudder off one day. And now we're on to side number 2. Yeah, which is going to be a lot more difficult to do.
Once we get maybe up to here, we'll
put it back. This is going to be a lot more difficult to do because we do have the mast in the way. Should we think about maybe covering? Because I brought 2 tarps.
Yeah. Use this tarp to work under and the other one to cover the mast.
Yeah. So Ava got her first, well, her second job actually, and she's painting a fascia board. And Pete proceeded to shake the can and then drop it on the ground, which splattered everywhere, but it made Ava less nervous. Pete. She
doesn't have her hand on that tray. I'm worried she's gonna knock out. Well, she already knows what can happen.
Yeah.
And how to take care of it.
Yeah. Anyways, it was actually really funny. It was definitely an interesting moment there. All the paint splattered everywhere. And then Ava was like, well, I'm not nervous anymore. I pretty much can do much better now.
I hate it when you film me when I'm doing something wrong.
Are you doing something wrong?
Yeah. This isn't how I usually do this, but I don't have a hole saw.
Oh, how do you do it when you have a hole saw?
I usually hammer a wood plug in there. I take a hole saw, I drill it, and it just drills that out, and boom. It's real easy. And this is stupid. It's the only thing we got. I might not even do it. So, yeah, no, I mean, you can film me, but don't post it, because this isn't the way to do it.
Well,
You're trying to show people how to do, so it's just sometimes all you got, you know?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, well, it might not even work. It might have to.
Yeah.
We tried turning it out. That's the first try.
So since we don't have the tools we need, we are hacking away at it.
Improvising as usual.
Yeah, as usual. So I guess what Pete's plan is to get rid of the little edge of the metal, and then once it's able to just go straight in, we can get it from the other side, just pull it from the other side. So that's the idea anyway. This is why all of Pete's chisels are dull. I can call it a racing through-hole.
Probably wouldn't leak.
The next day we visited John Metcalf's boat, which was at Peter Buxton's shop.
Hi guys.
Peter Buxton put a new stem on John's boat, along with many other various jobs.
Well, there's a chain going down, and then attached to cables that keep on back there. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they both have
Seat back here and had a binnacle coming up here.
Nice with the compass.
It would be
Typical
typical
trunnel material.
Branch trunnel out of a branch.
But didn't
Wow.
they, I mean, she's been out of the water, what, 3-4 years? And to get these out,
Yeah, how did you get them out?
some of them, I took a punch, a big punch, and I was able to drive them out. Others, no way. I had to drill all the way through the
drilling
center
through
of
that
them.
is not fun.
And
grain drilling?
and drill the whole thing out, and kind of that released the pressure a little, and I could drive them out. But
Wow. We got 2 through holes off. This one took a bit of a fight, but a little cleanup and another block down, and we have 3 through holes to replace. Pete's down below hammering it. At the moment, we split the block in between it. And now to our starter battery over here. And our house batteries are actually right there. There's another set of house batteries over there. There are 4 12-volt deep cycle batteries. And then the starter battery here. This is where you switch between the starter and the house if you run the engine, and if you want to charge not only the starter battery, but you want to charge the house batteries as well. But Norna's hull looks good. We haven't found any problems. We know of one copper rivet that had gotten worn away where the water tanks were, which we have to fix. Other than that, everything seems pretty darn nice on Norna right now. She's looking sweet. The engine's even looking good. I painted it last year, which I painted it with the wrong kind of paint, unfortunately. It's flat instead of glossy. But it's gonna need repainting again, so I'm not worried about it. I'll just paint it with glossy next time I paint the engine. Alright, let's see where we're at. Did we get it? Hello. Pete cleaned underneath the engine and is now... What are you doing now?
Just looking back here while I'm here and getting junk that's laying around.
Oh, okay.
Found a bolt that fell down in here, maybe when we knocked the thingy davits out.
Oh, okay. Anyways. Pete is checking why the engine is leaking antifreeze. He also cleaned up the sump area. I have poked around at all of the plugs and caulking joints. Any of the ones that have separated and come loose. I took off all of the screens and taped where all of the caulking needs to be redone. So now I'm going to go around and sand those spots and get them ready for caulking, cleanup. And then maybe I can caulk today, if not tomorrow. What's that plate called that we pulled with the bolts?
Huh?
The grounding plate.
Oh yeah.
Pulled that as well.
I don't know. But nothing's leaking. I filled it back up.
What did you do?
I filled that back up and I don't see anything leaking.
You filled up the antifreeze?
Yeah.
So it must have just overflowed out of the cap.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, we'll see if we find any antifreeze tomorrow, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Let it sit.
Maybe it'll slowly leak out or something. But you only lost a quart, so that almost seems like it bubbled out. Like if it was anything, you know what I mean? If it lost antifreeze, wouldn't have lost all of it? If it was something that broke?
Yeah, I don't know. If it was down low, you would think so.
Before we go today, just trying to get these. Actually, this one's loose too, Pete. That one got loose. Trying to get these dead eyes to cooperate. We had undone them when we were taking the rig down. We realized we didn't have to undo the dead eyes. Undid 2 of them, and then we needed a clamp in order to redo them. So I brought a clamp from Florida so I could do it. The little tedious job of tightening up our dead eyes. We did catch the mouse. We had a mouse down below. We caught that. Yeah, that one's always was a little wiggly. We got all linseed oil, those things too.